Okay, the fifth example we were going for minus 1 plus in the bracket minus 0.5. That means actually we are adding minus 1 plus minus 0.5. Correct? So, but here minus sign is there and it is in the bracket. So, when you open the bracket, it becomes plus minus, it becomes minus and 0.5. But now see, what will be the answer? Minus 1.5. Now you will be saying here the minus sign is there, then how come it becomes 1.5? But actually what we are doing here, we are adding. So it becomes minus 1, minus 0.5, it becomes 1 minus 1.5. Now the next term, if you see again in the minus 1.5, you will be adding plus minus 0.5. Okay. So minus 1.5, again when you open the bracket it becomes minus, it will be 0.5. But actually what you are doing, you are adding. The sign will be minus and you will get the answer 2. So like that the terms are obtained. Now see the sixth example. 1 cube, 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube. Now cube means 1 into 1 into 1. So you will get 1. If you see here 2 cube means 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 2, 8. So 2 cube is 8. Now we go for 3 cube. 3 cube means 3 into 3 into 3. So 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. Now like that you can find out the other terms. But these 6 examples which we have seen, in that if you see the sequences like 1, 2, 3 and 5, 1, 2, 3 and 5, the similarity is that the next term is obtained by adding a particular number to the previous number. So each of these sequences is called an arithmetic progression. Sequence number 4 is not an arithmetic progression because see, the second term is obtained by multiplying 4 into 4. Third term is obtained by 16 into 4. So like that it is there. So in this sequence, the next term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a particular number. So this type of sequence is called a geometric progression. And sequence 6, as I told, 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, like that it is 4 cube, 5 cube will be there. So 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27. So if you see that it is neither an arithmetic progression nor a geometric progression. Okay. Now we have seen how the D is positive, negative and 0 with the help of example. That means the D can be either the value of D, either it is positive, negative or 0. Now we will go for the example, how to find out the value of D. Now see here, first example, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Now this is the example. Now we will write, now you know that this is a sequence, right? And this, each number is known as the term. Now we will write here T1, 2. T2 is equal to 4. T3 is equal to 6. T4 is equal to 8. Now we have to find out the difference between the two consecutive terms. That means first we will find out T2 minus T1. So 4 minus 2, that is 2. Now T3 minus T2, that is 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. Then next one is T4 minus T3. So T4 minus T3 is equal to 8 minus 6, that is 2. So what you got here, the difference between the two consecutive terms is constant, that is 2. And if you find here the D what you got, that is positive. So D is equal to 2, that is constant. So what you can say that here the given sequence is an AP. This we are going to further study. For that, to justify whether the sequence is an AP or not, that again I am going to explain. But this is how to find out the value of D. So this is the first example. Now I will be explaining you the next example. See here, I am drawing some geometric figures. First one, this is triangle. Then the square. Then third one is and the fourth one. Like that you can draw the figures. Now first one. This is the, which is this figure? This is the triangle. How many sides are there? 3 sides. So 3. This is what is square. So it has 4 sides. This is pentagon. So 5 sides. And next one is the hexagon, that is 6 sides. So like that 7, 10, like that it is there. So you can draw. Now if you see here, if I can write the sequence 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Now here again this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term. We will write T1 is equal to 3, T2 is equal to 4, T3 is equal to 5, T4 is equal to 6. Now we will again find out the value of D. Now see here, T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1 is equal to 4 minus 3, that is 1. Then T3 minus T2, that is 5 minus 4, 1. Then T4 minus T3, 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. Again here, if you see the D value, that is constant. So D is equal to 1. So again here, what we can conclude, this is also an in arithmetic progression. Now, next one. Have you understood these 2 examples? Next we will go for the third example. We will go for the third example. 5, 8, 11, 14 and 17. Okay. Here also we can write down the same thing. T1 is equal to 5. T2 is equal to 8. Then T3 is equal to 11. T4 is equal to 14. T5 is equal to 17. Again, T2 minus T1 is equal to 8 minus 5, that is 3. Then T3 minus T2 is equal to 11 minus 8, again it is 3. Then T4 minus T3 is equal to 14 minus 11, so 3. Then T5 minus T4 is equal to 17 minus 14, 3. Again what you will observe here, the value of D is constant, that is D is equal to plus 3. So like that you can find out any sequence which is there and the constant value D you can find out. Now this is okay for a particular example. Now if I want to generalize, how can I generalize that? So if you know Tn plus 1 minus Tn is constant, from this the 3 examples. Okay. Now we can generalize it. Means when T of n plus 1 minus Tn is constant, then we can say that n belongs to n. Means n you know. These numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to n numbers. When it belongs to the n, then we can say that the sequence is an in arithmetic progression. Then what we can see that if in an AP T1 plus D is equal to T2. Now here what we have seen, the difference between the 2 consecutive terms, that is the value of D. Now if you know the first term, for example, if you know the first term like 5, the same example if we can consider, if you know the first term and if you know the common difference, you can find out the next term. That is what is here. if T1 plus D is equal to T2. Like that, you will get, if you want to find out T3 term, what you will do? In the T2 term, if you add the common difference, you will get the next term. That means what you should know? You should know the first term of the sequence and the common difference between the sequence. If you know that, you can find out the next term. Means I have taught you the two things. When the sequence is given, then you can find out the difference between the two consecutive terms, that is the value of D. And other way, when if you know the first term of the sequence, that is A or T1, and if you know the value of D, you can find out the next term of the sequence. Again I repeat. First, what I have taught, 3 examples. The constant, the common difference, how to find out, that we have seen. And here what I am giving you, if you know the first term of the sequence, that is A, it is denoted as A or T1, you add, if you know the common difference D, then you can find out the next consecutive terms. Okay, now we will see the example. What I have taught you, the difference between the two consecutive terms, how to find out. That is what is the common difference D. Now we will see, if you have given a T1, that is A is equal to 3, and the common difference D is equal to 4 is given. Then how to find out the terms of a sequence, that we will see. Now here T1 is 3, right? We have to find out the value of T2. Now here T2 is equal to T1 plus D. Then T1 is 3 and value of D is 4. So 3 plus 4, 7. Then, so what I will write here? 7. Now we will find out T3. T3 is equal to T2 plus D. That is 7 is our T2 term, this term. And we have to, how much is the common difference? 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. So here I will write 11. Now T4. T4 is equal to T3 plus D. So T3 is how much I got here? 11. Or here also you can see 11 plus common difference is 4. So this is 15. So if you know the value of A, that is the first term, 3. In this, that's why I am telling 3. If you know the value of first term, A is given and the common difference, you can find out the next term of a sequence. So this is for particular example when the A and D is given. So we can generalize it as, if you know T1 or A and the common difference D, what we can write? T1 is already given, that is A. T2 you can find out T1 plus D. T3 is your T2 plus D. T4 is your T3 plus D. Means what we have observed here? The next term is obtained by adding common difference in the preceding term. So we can generalize that. If we can generalize this as again I am writing this, T1 is equal to A, then T2, T1 plus D, T3, T2 plus D, and so on. Then we can generalize it as Tn minus 1 plus D is equal to Tn. Tn minus 1 means what? It is a preceding term and D is the common difference. So I am getting the next term. So we can write that, hence what is there? Tn plus 1 minus Tn is equal to D. Hence the sequence is an AP when Tn plus 1 minus Tn is equal to D. If n belongs to n, then we can say that the sequence is an AP. Now see, we have seen what I have explained up till now, the how to find out the common difference between the two consecutive terms. That first I have taught what 3 examples what I have explained. That is with the geometrical figure and example, and first one which I taught 5, 8, 11, 17 like that. If you see that what actually we have done, T2 minus T1. So here n what we are taking here, as I have written here, Tn plus 1 minus Tn is equal to D. That means what? N is natural number. N, they are natural numbers. Means you can take any value of n which are in natural, only natural numbers. Okay. So if I take, I am again writing what are the values of n. You can write 1, 2, 3, 4, any number you can take. Now I am explaining this. Tn plus 1 means n, if I take n as 3 for example, so what I am doing, n plus 1 means 3 plus 1 minus, here also what I will substitute, n is equal to 3. So that means what I am getting, t fourth term minus t third term is equal to b. That is what is this equation. Understood? So what you can say that in an AP, if Tn plus 1 minus Tn is equal to D is constant, then we can say that the given sequence is an AP. Now the next topic what we are going to learn is to check if the sequence is given, that sequence is in arithmetic progression or not. First we have to justify. And if it is in arithmetic progression, then find out the next 2 terms of the sequence. How to do that? But first I am going to explain only how to justify whether the given sequence is an AP. That question can come in the question paper for 2 marks question or sometimes 1 mark also. How to solve such, how to justify whether the given sequence is an AP or not. That we will see. Now see the example. 1, 4, 7, 10. So this sequence is given, and what we need to find check is, or to justify is whether the given sequence is an AP or not. Now what is our procedure? This term numbers how we have to denote. So T1 is equal to 1, T2 is equal to 4, T3 is equal to 7, T4 is equal to 10. Now, what we have to do, we have to find out what is the common difference between the 2 consecutive terms. So, how to find out? T2 minus T1. So, 4 minus 1, that is 3. Next is T3 minus T2. 7 minus 4, that is 3. Then, T4 minus T3. 10 minus 7, that is 3. Now, if you see the difference between the 2 consecutive terms is constant. That means the value of D is constant, that is 3. So, how to write in the paper? First, you will, the examples which are given that you have to write down. Then, write down the how many terms are there, like T1, T2, T3, T4. Then, what you have to find out? T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, T4 means difference between the 2 consecutive terms you have to find it out, right? And then you, what answer you will write at the bottom. There are 2 ways to write the answer. One way is, what after doing this, what you will write? The common difference between the 2 consecutive terms is constant, that is D is equal to 3. Therefore, the given sequence is an AP. Like that statement you have to write down. I repeat, the difference between the 2 consecutive terms is constant, that is D is equal to 3. Therefore, the given sequence is an AP. And another method is, now see here what we have done, T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, T4 minus T3. So another way of writing is T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2 is equal to T4 minus T3 is constant. Therefore, the given sequence is an AP. So either of the way you can write in the paper, and this way you can justify that the given sequence is an AP. Now, I'll explain you the another example. So you will understand more better how to justify 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Now here if you see, T1 is 1. T2 is 4. T3 is equal to 9. T4 is equal to 16. T5 is equal to 25. Now we will find out the difference between the two consecutive terms. T2 minus T1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Then T3 minus T2. That is 9 minus 4. 5. Then we will see T4 minus T3. 16 minus 9. How much? 7. Then T5 minus T4. 25 minus 16. How much it is? 9. So what you have observed over here, the difference between the two consecutive terms is not constant. Difference between the two consecutive terms is not constant. Therefore, the given sequence is not an AP. Or other way, how you will write this as T2 minus T1 is not equal to T3 minus T2, not equal to T4 minus T3, not equal to T5 minus T4. Therefore, the given sequence is not an AP. This is the symbol for not equal to. Whereas in the previous example I have written T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2. So there are two ways to write and justify whether the given sequence is an AP or not. Second, see every month 100. That means what will be the common difference? 100. So, and in the first month 100. So next what you will get here? 200. Then in the third month 300. Fourth month 400. 500. 600. 700. 800. 900. 1000. 1100 and 1200. Like that you will get. That means here D is equal to plus 100. Okay? Have you understood up to this? Now we will see next example. Now we will go for the next example. Pranav borrowed rupees 10,000 from his friend, for example Arnav, and agreed to repay rupees 1,000 per month. So the remaining amount to be paid in every month will be as follows. Now first I will write here first month 10,000 he is having, correct, he has borrowed. Second 9,000. Third 8,000. Fourth 7,000. Now see here, like that he has repaid the money to his friend. So 10,000, then 9,000, 8,000, 7,000. Now you must be wondering how it is 9,000, why it is 9,000, why it is 8,000 in the next months. That we will see here. Now, what our rule says arithmetic progression, we want to see. This is the example of an arithmetic progression. This whatever I have written, it is in arithmetic progression. So how to find out or how to check it? Now see, this is the first term 10,000. Second term is 9,000. Third term is 8,000. Now what our rule says, as it is in the arithmetic progression, it is mentioned that T1, T2 minus T1 we need to find out. Now what is the second term of here? 9,000. So 9,000 I will write minus 10,000. Now 9,000 minus 10,000, what answer you will get is here as minus 1,000. Similarly, if you see T3 minus T2, that is 8,000 minus 9,000. So you will get here minus 1,000. Now if you see till the month of 10th month also and that, then you will get in the 11th month you will get 0. Means in every month 1,000 is reduced. Why it is reduced? Because he has repaid to his friend. So what value you will get here if you find out for each and every term, you will find minus 1,000, minus 1,000, minus 1,000. That means your D is negative. The first example what we have seen is where D you got as positive. Here you get D as negative. Have you understood up to this? Now we will go for the next example. Next example is consider the table of 5. Consider the table of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 like that. That is the numbers. If I write the 5 table, that means the numbers are divisible by 5. Now, first, second, third. 3 examples we have seen. Example number 1 and 2, they are finite AP. Why it is finite AP? Because the terms are fixed, numbers are fixed. How many months it is required to repay and all that is fixed. Whereas the third example which is there, it is an infinite AP. Means because here it is not ending. See, I am just writing the answers of the first and second example again. Now this is the third example. Second what we have seen is 10,000, then 9,000. Like that we have written and at the end we came at 0. Then in the first example what we saw over here is 100, 200, 300 and the 12 months are fixed. Means the terms are fixed. So first 2 examples, here what I got last is 1,200 because in a 1 year it is mentioned. Here 10,000 is borrowed and at the end he reached 0. Whereas so these 2 examples are finite AP and the third example, that is 5th table, if you see here it is an infinite AP. Understood up to this? Now we will go what you have to remember, what you have learned up till now in this chapter, that we will see. In a sequence, let's remember, in a sequence, if difference Tn plus 1 minus Tn is constant, then the sequence is called an arithmetic progression. Second, in an AP, the difference between two consecutive terms is constant and is denoted as D. Third point, difference B can be positive, negative or 0. And the fourth point, in an AP, so first term is A and common difference T, terms see, we will just see once at a glance what you have learned up till now in this chapter, and that you have to remember. In a sequence, if difference Tn plus 1 minus Tn is constant, then the sequence is called an arithmetic progression. Second, in an AP, the difference between the two consecutive terms is constant and is denoted as D. Third point, difference D, that means common difference, can be positive, negative or 0. And the fourth point is, in an AP, if the first term is A and the common difference is D, then the terms in the sequence are A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, like that. Now, we will go for one activity. You have to write example of finite and infinite AP. Activity we will write. That activity is write one example of finite and infinite AP. This is what is activity which is given in your book that you have to write down. Okay. So first we will write for finite AP. Finite AP. Babu Bhai borrows rupees 5,000 from a friend and agree to repay rupees 1,000 in monthly installments. The amount paid in each installment is as follows. Now here the month and amount paid. Now this is the 0 month where he has borrowed the 5,000. Then 1, 2. Now every month 1,000. Now see, this is an example of finite AP. Babubai borrows rupees 5,000 from a friend and agreed to repay rupees 1,000 in monthly installment. The amount paid in each installment is as follows. So I made two rows, like month. I have written 0 month. Why? Because that month he has borrowed. Then how many months it is required? 5 months, right? And amount paid in per month is 1,000. So 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, and in the 5th month it is 0. So this is an example of an finite AP. Then one example of infinite AP. Now we'll write for infinite AP. Consider the table of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on. So multiple of 3. So this is an example of an infinite AP. Okay, understood up to this? Now we will go for on the basis of this we will go for the short example of arithmetic progression.